Welcome back to Blacks in Motion, and thanks for staying logged on right here. Now go ahead and getting into this year's NBA Finals. We're going to see a rematch between the San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat. If you ask me, it's almost like a soap opera too, because it has a theme of redemption, revenge, and possible repeat. Yeah, that's right, all R's alliteration for all y'all smart knuckleheads out there, nerds. But hey, look, yes, the Spurs can gain some redemption or some revenge, however you want to look at it, by avenging their loss last year to the Heat. But the Heat can come back and repeat, or should I say three-peat, and do it since the Chicago Bulls did it back in the 90s. Now, the Spurs and the Heat are going to feature some of the same old themes. Yes, superstars. On the Miami Heat side, you still have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Those guys are a superstar tandem there for the Heat, leading them through this possible dynasty that they're putting together in South Beach. And on the Spurs side, you still have Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. Those guys are the figureheads of the Big Three. Those guys have been a great tandem and has led the Spurs to great success over the past season. Now, I want to give you a quick analysis of the matchups and of the teams. Now, if you ask me, the Spurs, they should continue to do what they're doing, and that's play team ball. Now, as far as the Miami Heat is concerned, as far as them being an adversary to the Spurs, to me, they're built just like OKC. They're weak in the middle, but they're led by two superstars, namely LeBron James, who's the best player on the planet. So what do I think that these teams should do? Well, I think Miami has to get behind their superstars. I said it about OKC in that series, and I'm thinking about them. They're going to have to take over the series. You're not going to see a whole lot of team ball being played by them, but you're going to see the ball go into those guys' hands and literally take over. And for the Spurs, they're going to have to come in, and they may have to play small ball like they did to combat the return of Serge Ibaka in the previous series. They're going to have to go small to get him out of the paint, so that way Tony Parker and other players can get there and dominate in the middle. But if you want to ask me where you're going to look which two players on opposite teams where the matchup is going to be determined, I'm going to say that's between Chris Bosh and Tiago Splitter. Yeah, Chris Bosh and Tiago Splitter. The reason being, Chris Bosh don't like to play defense in the middle. But he's real good, and he can stretch the floor and shoot the outside jumper in the three-pointer. Tiago Splitter, he's a great post player. But then he's not great on the outside on offense, but then he has quick feet, as you saw him defend some of the guards in the Dallas series after the switch on defense. Can he defend Chris Bosh? If you see the player that dominates that matchup, whichever player for whatever team does that, I think is going to be the thing that tips over that team to victory. And yes, I'll give you my prediction. Where am I from? Where am I broadcasting from? Colors do I have on right now? Black and silver. That's right. I think my San Antonio Spurs are going to prevail and avenge, revenge, get redemption, however you want to word it, and they will win this year's NBA championship. And I'm going to say they're going to do it in 6 ball games. Won't go to a game 7 unless the NBA just really, really, really wants the money. I think team ball is going to always prevail over superstar player type ball. But hey, that's what I think. You might think I'm crazy. You might think that the Donald Sterling situation is not crazy. Either way, let me hear from you. Hit me up in my email, cliff@blackvideonews.com. And as always, stay logged on and love us right here at Blacks in Motion.